I think it's possibly a sustainable medium term, but I don't think it's sustainable long term because the speed at which it transacts is too slow. And as I mentioned, in order to effectively fix that, what you're doing is putting layers on top of it that you could have just replaced Bitcoin anyway with something else, right? If somebody is using, a custodial wallet on top because that's the only way they can get the performance they need or the usability they need, then there's no real reason for Bitcoin to be underneath it anyway, right? If you say you use something like Lightning, right, you really need a Lightning channel opened. If I want to pay Da Vinci on Lightning now, I really need to have a channel open to him or to some common intermediary. So either we have to have a set of centralized common intermediaries that we all transact through, which is basically the correspondent banking system that XRP fixes, or I can open one channel in my entire lifetime if we all use Bitcoin, right? Because there's just not enough capacity. So as time goes on, the mining rewards, asymptotically tend towards zero, the halvening each 4 years. And because the mining rewards are coming down, the cost of transactions, the transaction fees, is going to have to go up in order to compensate for that. And at the end of the day, it's not going to be people like me that can transact on Bitcoin, but it's going to be people with vast amounts of money that can afford to transact on Bitcoin. And I'm going to be transacting on some fractional system on top of that because that's the only way I'm going to be able to afford to transact, right? So if that's the direction we end up in, my statement is, well, what is the point of Bitcoin in the first place if that's where we're going to end up, right? I just don't think it's scalable long term. And again, things like its energy usage, I disagree with. It uses up vast amounts of energy. And the thing with Bitcoin being is that, like I said, the algorithm is designed to keep block times at 10 minutes. So if energy becomes cheaper, more available, suddenly we get like lots of free, cheap, renewable energy, then the compensation that will happen in the network will just eat that up. The network will adjust its difficulty level